just here in Terrance Mckinney's living room. Welcome to Glenrose Podcast, Icons, Performers, and Athletes. Thanks for taking the time, bro. I appreciate it, having me here in your living room, in your spot.
This has gotta be the sickest podcast yet. It's not MTV, but we in the crib, so let's get it.
Yeah, it's pulled up. It's authentic. So I love that.
Yeah.
So you got a fight coming up in Brazil on January 21st. What are you thinking? You fly out on Monday, so you looking forward to that?
Yeah, I fly out the 16th.
Okay.
Obviously it's Brazil, so the sights are gonna be beautiful. It's a little hectic out there, so I'm hoping the event doesn't get canceled. But they said they have us with top-notch security, so I'm really looking forward to experience the city.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Brazil's beautiful. Have you ever been out of the country yet for UFC or in general?
Not for UFC, but I used to live in Germany.
Oh, dope. Okay.
Yeah, that was a good time. I used to love the chocolate and stuff. And
how long were you there?
For like a year and a half.
Okay.
We were in Frankensburg.
Frankensburg, dope. Where's your family from originally? Are you from Spokane area or?
No. I was born in Chicago.
Okay.
Lived in Linesville, Alabama growing up, and then I moved to Georgia.
Dope.
Then we hit Germany, and then I got down here when I was about 11.
Nice. That's dope. So what got you into like fighting sports originally?
What made me want to fight is I used to always like watching fight movies. Like my mom put me on with like Jet Li, Fearless and stuff.
I love
we
that
used to watch all the classic like kung fu movies, so like fighting was always entertaining to me and I always liked it. And and then I saw my coach Mike win the Other Fighter show, and then it made me want to do it. I was like, damn, if he can do it, anything's possible, you know?
Yeah.
I gotta realize like sky's the limit. Like he's never won state and he was able to accomplish such great things. So I knew if I just put my head down, I can see success in the UFC too.
Hell yeah.
But it was just a thought in my head. At first I wanted to be an Olympic champ with wrestling. And then I had the near-death experience.
Okay, yeah.
And then, after that, I knew I was supposed to fight. I felt like God showed me something and gave me a message what I was meant to do with my life. And then after that, we started fighting, and then here we are today.
That's beautiful, man. I love your faith in God, you know, because that's huge. And like last time I met with you, it was all love, you know what I'm saying? And man, I love that you're so like humble, you know what I'm saying? Even though you're such a beast.
Yeah, gotta be.
How do you do that? How do you stay so humble?
Cause God will humble you, and He already got me a few times, so I know I just gotta be a humble beast and just let my actions do the talking.
I feel that heavy. So you're talking about your near-death experience. Like, when was that?
14, 13, like pretty much like a year after high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what happened? I know the story's like online, but I haven't read it too much. Just like something about mushrooms or?
Yeah, I took like some mushroom and some acid.
Damn.
And then like I got like way too high and I saw demons and
shit.
I smashed my head through the window and was like leaking a lot of blood. And they had to like arrest me. So like I've wrestled with the cops for a little bit until they were able to restrain me. And then then I woke up in the hospital. I was like, what the hell, how did I get here?
Damn.
And I found out all those things happened. And I just put it all together because out of some bad, there's a message in between the lines. So I had to figure out what that was. And I was able to finally see what I was supposed to do. And God bless me.
God bless you, bro. That's fucking beautiful. So with the UFC, when did you get started in that?
2016, 2017.
Okay, hell yeah. So with Warrior Camp or?
No, I was at Sick Jitsu at first for like 2 years, and then I joined a Warrior Camp.
You're saying about UFC originally, like how you got started?
Like originally I wasn't even trying to fight, like I told you guys before. I was actually scared to do it. But then after I seen that, I was like, yeah, God's trying to show me this is my calling, this is what I need to do. And I just put the fear aside, and I was like, if I know how to do it, it shouldn't be that bad. So I took my first fight to see if I liked it, and I fell in love with the sport after that.
Hell yeah, that's dope. We've been training at Warrior Camp. So who's your coach again?
Pablo Alfonso, he's
Pablo
the truth.
Alfonso,
yeah. We got some stuff cooking up, and I can't wait to show the 509, just the whole world in general, you know?
Definitely. So, you you hold the fastest UFC knockout for the lightweight division, the record holder for the fastest. So you want to talk about that at all? That's awesome.
That's something I get to like cherish for life until someone beat it. Like I can get hurt today, and that will still be talked about till the end of time until someone beat it, which is pretty cool, you know. So God literally solidified me in the UFC, like my first ever fight in it, and like I was forever grateful for that. And that's why I was brought to tears, because like from the ups and downs and me always falling so short, and for me to finally get to that glimpse and then make it a success, it made all the failures and the time worth it.
Oh yeah, I feel that. That's dope, man. What do you think before you go into a fight? Like, what do you clear your head, or you?
I like to
pray.
I pray, and then I like to my confidence be at an all-time high.
Fuck yeah.
I tell myself, you're too fast, you're too powerful.
Yep.
You're better than any guy everywhere. And I was like, just think about how you're gonna win. Like, oh, it might be this, it might be that. I'm just thinking about every way that I can win, and nothing else.
Hell yeah. So what have you been working on most as far as like the fighting? Is it like diet or other different things you've been working on, ground game?
I would say dieting, and then making sure my cardio is ready for 5 rounds. Because at the end of the day, if I can't get tired, I don't think anyone beats me. So that's what we're working to get to every camp from here on out.
That makes sense. Yeah, I saw someone talking online about like your wrestling skills. You know, that we've seen you just have like a lot of stand-up game, but your wrestling skills really where you shine.
Yeah, that's where I started. That's my bread and butter. It was pretty dope.
You went to state?
Yeah, I won state twice, and it was cool. Chill Sunning, shout out my video on Twitter, me wrestling. So the world's gonna know soon enough, you know.
Yeah.
I'm making sure the holes that could get me defeated are getting close, and that's why I'm working in silence. And everyone could talk about my cardio, but when it's tested again, they'll see the results of my training. And shout out to DL training system. He got me ready for whatever comes next.
So I looked at Warrior Camp. Josh Reddinghouse, fights out of there. I went to high school with him, so I was talking to him about going and training and stuff like that. But anyways, there's a couple UFC fighters that fight out of Warrior Camp. So how did you get connected with them in the first place, like Warrior Camp specifically?
It was just like I had to move back home, and I know they're like one of the best gyms that's just sick, and so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna hit up the coach. I heard good things about him. Everyone was telling me, if you want your hands right, you need to get with this guy. And yeah, it just made sense. It was home in Spokane. And I got there, and me and this guy clicked, and I knew it was destiny to be there.
I'm not a huge into fighting. I love fighting sports, but I don't know a lot lot about the UFC. You know what I'm saying? As far as like names and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't even know all the names.
There's so many fighters now.
There's so many athletes in the UFC now. It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You've been doing a lot of content lately. I see you doing like podcasts and interviews. You're being on this one.
Yeah.
So let's see. I saw you on one as like dude at a wig, and he was talking. Who's that dude? Is he in Vegas or?
I'm trying to think though. What interview you talking about? He had a wig on.
He had a wig on, yeah, and he was talking about who would win. It's like you'd knock this guy out or something, but it was someone else, like not even that you're fighting.
When he asked me about the rank guys.
I think so.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I
it's just that
he
was hilarious. Yeah, I just saw it. You posted it. And
yeah.
You've been on a bunch of podcasts lately. How's that been?
It's been fun. I'm just trying to make myself a brand, so I know I'm taken care of once I'm out of UFC, because that's the goal, to be able to make money without having to get punched in the face. So
that makes sense. Yeah, plan that future for endorsement deals and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So you're working with was it SF Watches? Is that one of the
S-Force Watches?
S-Force. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out S-Force. Let's go.
Shout out to OnlyFans.
Stuff sick. Shout out OnlyFans.
And the KO Rats, my boy Orange out there getting me paid. And shout out to my boy Noah on my content, and yeah, just my whole family. Like I tell people, you can't go to war without an army. So shout out to everyone that's helped me work behind the scenes, and just like I said, and shout out to my teammates taking my punches Because when I'm sharp, I be clipping people and they come back the next day to make sure I stay in shape. So shout out to them.
That's awesome, man. That's important to have a great team. It seems like you got a lot of great support and fan base behind it too.
Exactly. You know, I got a good little army here. So I know when I'm out there in war, I'm not alone, and I know God's with me.
Fuck yeah. God bless, man. Well, I appreciate your time. Don't miss the fight, January 21st in Brazil. T-Rex, Terrance, bro. Appreciate you having me.
Brother. No problem, man. Appreciate you. Thank you guys for coming through.